Hello everyone and welcome to the curious world of MrRay. I'm your friend and host, MrRay, and in this show I like to show you all the things that YouTube tries to hide from you. You know what the algorithm is like? It likes to show you a sliver of stuff, and unless you specifically search for it, you'll never find it. Here I want to help liven up your algorithm and show you a few things that are available on YouTube for free, and you can just watch them anytime. If you're watching this in my playlist, you'll be able to watch all the things that I'm suggesting straight away. They're all right there. Don't forget to always check where I've got my source from, my link. Go and check out their channels and like them if you like. Speaking of liking and subscribing to other people's channels, curious creators, last week I did Rob Sterling, and I was really happy with the response that I got for the short. Thank you so much, everyone. I really wish more people had seen like him, the full part of issue 3. I mean, I got more views than I ever got before for like a long form video. Thank you so much, everyone. But because of the way that it kind of played out, I don't feel that Rob got maybe all the attention that he deserved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the episodes off with my curious YouTube content creators, and I will still be like putting up examples of their show right at the end after my episode. I'll put up an example in my playlist just so it's easy for you to find and link to. But really, I'm wanting to just keep it nice and simple for this one. Talk about something that's really in my wheelhouse, something that I know about and care about. And for me, I think that something that's gonna really liven up your algorithm and maybe ignite a passion in you that you never even knew that you had. I mean, I'm gonna be going through a few different things now. Sometimes my YouTube content creator will just be an individual, and sometimes I'll offer you a group of content creators that are all to do with one topic. And in this case, I'm going to offer you a few content creators. The first one I'll start with is Cinderblock Sally. Cinderblock Sally is so funny. He's a really great YouTuber, great big bushy beard, and he talks about Warhammer 40k and that kind of thing, the lore of it, and he's really funny. Can't wait for you to check out his thing. He does like little shorts, and it's just a pleasure when they pop up in your feed. Even if you're not particularly interested in the lore, he talks about the stuff about it that's really funny, just in general. Like you can absolutely understand from context what's so funny about all the things that he's discussing, even if you've never even heard of 40k and you don't know what I'm talking about. Great wee channel. The next thing that I would like to discuss is a couple of D&D groups. The first D&D group that I would like to mention is Viva La Dirt League. Viva La Dirt League has you may be familiar with them as a gaming channel. You may not be familiar with them at all, but if you are familiar with them, the chances are it's from their computer game stuff they do, their computer game logic and all that kind of thing. But they have a D&D dedicated channel as well, the Viva La Dirt League crew. And there's a couple of great campaigns that go on there between the Misfits and the Adventures in Azerim crew. There are a couple of really great campaigns there. The second that I would like to mention is Ox Venture. They are another one that you may well know them for their computer games, especially if you're in the UK, because this is a UK based group. But they also, despite doing computer games as their main thing, they also have a dedicated D&D channel, and it's growing and growing, and it's been wonderful just seeing them go from completely new players. Much like with Viva La Dirt League, you'll be able to go back and see them when they were like level 1 noobs that had never played a game of D&D in their lives. In the same way, you can see that same journey with Oxventure. So if you're not familiar with D&D and you've never played it, these are two great groups to get into it with, because they're both really funny people. They're comedians by trade, you know, and they are generally funny anyway. But putting them in a D&D setting and getting to watch them learn how to play, it's helpful if you think it's something that you would like to learn more about. The final D&D group that I would like to suggest to you is this is kind of a special one. It's Acquisitions Incorporated. Man, oh man, this is the gold standard of D&D. You may well have heard of groups like Vox Machina. Now, I'm not trying to knock Vox Machina. I'm really thrilled that they've had the success that they've had. I love the show. I love the TV series that's been spun off from the original D&D channel. I really enjoy them all as voice actors. I think it's fantastic. But as a real true nerd, I happen to know firsthand that they aren't the greatest be-all and end-all D&D group in existence. There are funnier groups, there are more dramatic groups, there are more, you know what I mean? There are groups that are doing their own things and they're all individual and unique, and Vox Machina just happens to be the one that's been pulled out of the mill of obscurity from all the D&D stuff and happens to have made it. But they have been lucky in that success, because any one of these channels that I'm telling you about, their stories are just as funny, just as good, and actually in many ways more entertaining to watch, because although they're excellent voice actors, which makes them great for like RP roleplay, at the same time you kind of, you know that they're not comedians as their trade, and the ones that are naturally funny, they tend to take those comedy relief roles in the group, and other ones take it slightly more seriously. And like, I'm thinking of Vox Machina specifically when I'm thinking of that kind of setup. But honestly, there are so many other great D&D groups, and that's 3 of them. So Oxventure, Acquisitions Incorporated as a gold standard, and I would, yeah, their dungeon master is Chris Perkins, who wrote the 5th edition handbook. I mean, I want you to take that in for a second. You don't get cooler than that. Being able to turn to your DM and say, hey, what's the rules? Are you going to have to look them up in the rule book that he wrote? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't get cooler than that. So Acquisitions Incorporated is my #1 recommendation. But if you're just trying to get into it, then you want to have a look at Oxventure or Viva La Dirt League. The final content creator that we'd like to talk about on the topic, despite there being quite a few, I mean, they're like Jenny D, and like I say, there's a lot of really, really great ones, but they don't really need the shout out and the attention as much as these other groups that I'm telling you about. In fact, while I'm here, why not? Ginny D, go check her out as well. She's really funny and really informative, knows a lot about D&D, and she's a great like access point to get into D&D if you don't know much about it. I recommend you look up her chat uplines, they're hilarious. So Ginny D as well. But to the main feature, this is the guy that I'm super excited to talk about. He's just brand new on the scene. He's only been doing this for like 3-4 months. He's like not been doing this much longer than me, but he's got like 100,000 subscribers already. He's an incredibly funny guy. He's called Tater the Bard. This dude has been funny from the get-go. And about 3 months ago, he came out about his the worst things that a DM have done to ruin a campaign. And his #1 spot was his DM, Nathan, had an affair twice. And yeah, that ruined his campaign. And it has gone on to be this epic running gag where now there's Nathan's Affair merch, and the We Hate Nathan is becoming a trend on the thing, and it's just, it has been so funny watching the entire journey, like the whole of it in its entirety has been great. Watching him meet folk like Jacques the Whipper and folk from Sellsword Arts, and you know, it's just like, it's been really good, because these are like, he's such a talented young guy, he deserves a lot of success, and I'm hoping that you check him out. But I'll leave examples of all of these content creators after the show in my playlist. You'll find it after my final closing credit, and you can go check them out at your leisure. But that's that for now. Where I feel like that's this part of the section more or less covered before I just introduce you to the shows that I've got lined up. I've got a couple of movies in the works for us first. Now, the first one is Matinee. This is a fantastic film set during the Cuban Missile Crisis in America, set around the cinema and the gimmicks of the time. Just really funny. John Goodman is absolutely fantastic in it. There's a whole bunch of talented actors in there that you'll recognise their faces. Some of them were established, some of them were yet to be as famous as they would become. Keep your eye out for a few of them. But absolutely, Matinee is just such a good film. The second film that I've got lined up for you is Joe's Apartment. Now, most of you that are my age or older will have already seen this. You'll have certainly heard of it. But for the 20% odd of you that are like under, like in your 20s or under, you may never have seen Joe's Apartment. And now this one is an MTV classic from back in the day. Less I tell you about it, probably the better. Go into this one blind. You'll enjoy it. I say go into it blind, but that's not really possible because I've got another new and exciting addition for the channel now that I'm creating like full episodes in my playlist. I've got the addition of retro UK adverts. I watch a lot of YouTube streaming sites and things where we watch cartoons and stuff, and something that they like to do is drop in old American ads from their youth. And you know something, it's triggered so much in me wanting to see these old UK ads in some kind of featuring format. So I've decided to add UK ads. I've dredged the depths of my memory to pull up things, and I'm sure at some point I'll need to do some proper investigation, but I've managed to come up with a few hundred ads just from memory. I remember. I'll need to find this. I've had a busy week looking this up, but I've made all the ads available that I've found available for you to view already if you enjoy the little ad segments. But I'm just going to be adding little classic ads in between before the movies, after the movies, just as little segues between shows. So don't like sign off at the end of an episode if it cuts to an advert. It's not the end of the episode of The Curious World of MrRay. It's just an intermission break just for fun, just for nostalgia's sake. So I hope you enjoy Matinee, and I hope you enjoy Joe's Apartment and the little movies. And I will catch you again for the next section of The Curious World of MrRay. See you soon.